Hi, Mark here from newhometricks.com. Today I just want to give a few first impressions of the Philips Hue system now that it's been installed for a few days. So far so good, everything seems to be working pretty well. Very reliable, we've not had any problems with it. You push the button, the light comes on, everything's working. It was very easy to set up, as you saw in the unboxing and setup videos that I did. I didn't show the actual physical installation process of changing a bulb or actually plugging the bridge in, because really wasn't much to it. You're simply changing a light bulb, that's it. There's no additional steps to take there, and the bridge, you're just plugging in a couple of cables. So the bulk of the setup was done within the app, as you saw during the setup videos. Just walk through the steps, and that was very easy to do. Didn't encounter any problems there. It was a little bit unusual, the process of updating firmware on a light bulb, but that's something I guess we just have to get used to with smart lighting systems like this. And as I mentioned in my blog post that I wrote up to go with the videos, it's good that Philips Hue are updating these systems, because part of those updates are going to be security updates, and it's good that they are keeping those systems up to date and secure, as well as delivering new features. Controlling the lighting is really easy. We got the Philips Hue tap wireless light switch, as you saw in the second unboxing and setup video that I did. As you can see, you can actually take it off the backing plate and take it with you into the room. So if I just push the first button here, it turns the lights on. We've changed the default scenes that are assigned to a couple of the buttons. So for example, the lower of the three inset buttons here switches to a more warmer, relaxed light for the evening, for example. And if you push the main face button, that just turns the lights back off again. So that's really handy to have, because if you don't happen to have your phone with you, if you've left it somewhere, or even if it's lost charge for any reason, you've always got this to be able to turn the lights on. And because it doesn't use any batteries, there's never a situation where you're not going to be able to turn the lights on and off. Of course, one of the things that will be comforting to some is to know that even if you don't have your phone, and even if you don't have one of these, you can still turn the lights on manually if you just use your regular light switch. The default state for a Philips Hue bulb is to be on. So they still work as a regular light bulb. If a person went out and bought a Philips Hue bulb and didn't have a Philips Hue system, if they did that accidentally, they could plug the light bulb in and turn it on and it would work, and they would have no clue, potentially, that it's a smart light bulb. But nevertheless, obviously you're going to be using it with the app or the wireless light switch most of the time. The app is really easy to use. You can of course just use it to turn the lights on. If I tap onto the living room here and want to go and change colour, for example, I can just simply slide my finger around a colour palette and set the lights all to red, or set them over to blue, for example. So you literally just tap on a colour, and you can do that for the whole room or individual lights. There are some built-in scenes that you have access to if you go over to the scenes section. Philips have a few built into the app by default, like this is Savannah Sunset, for example. Or we've got, what else have we got? We've got Arctic Aurora here, which is a bit of a bluish colour to bluish green. And you can create your own scenes, of course. So you just set the lights to the colour and level that you want, and then create a new scene and say that you want to use the current settings, and it will save those settings for you. My partner also downloaded the app as well, and that works fine. You can have multiple people with the app set up on the phone, and if you create scenes, everybody can see those scenes. So it's nice that everybody can have access to the Philips Hue system. One of the things that I noticed during setup is that you don't have to create any kind of a login. You don't have to sign up for an account on the Philips Hue website in order to use Philips Hue. That is an optional step. If you do sign up for a Philips Hue account, then you can control your lighting remotely. So if you need to turn the lights off because you realise you've forgotten to do so when you left home, you can do so using the app, and that will work remotely. One of the things that I haven't yet dived into yet is the routines in the app. You've got the home and away routine, so the lights turn off and turn on when you leave and arrive at home. You've got the wake up and go to sleep routines. And then you can set your own schedules for the lights to come on and off at certain times, which might be good if you're away on holiday, for example. I also haven't yet dug into the Hue Labs feature, which looks kind of interesting, which seems to be a collection of modifications to the normal Philips Hue way of operating. You can change the way that the light switches work, for example, so that'll be interesting to have a play around with. Plus there's a whole range of third-party apps in this store that I can have a look at as well. I'm interested to see how well they work. One of the things that I haven't found yet is how to do movies and music sync, which is one of the advertised features of Philips Hue, but I haven't yet figured out how that works, so I need to dive into that a little bit more. So need to explore a little further, and once I've figured out some more of that and how it works, I'll come back and tell you what I've learned and maybe do a sort of deeper review. I have written up a companion blog post to go with this video, so have a read of that if you want to learn more about my initial thoughts of the system. But in the meantime, thanks for watching.